From a distance, the ship home looked like something that had slipped quietly out of tomorrow and anchored itself in the calm waters of today. Its body was a seamless sweep of polished silver, catching every shard of sunlight and bending it into soft reflections. Thin bands of blue neon traced along its curves, breathing with a gentle pulse, as if the home itself had a heartbeat. At the bow, the front-facing windows stretched in a panoramic arc, revealing hints of the life within without giving away its secrets entirely. The glass was tinted, shifting from a mirror-like silver in bright daylight to a soft, transparent glow as dusk approached. The hull's contours were not just for beauty. They were engineered for balance, stability, and speed. Even at rest, the vessel looked ready to cut through the ocean at a whisper. Around its base, the water lapped in, small rhythmic waves, catching reflections of the neon strips so that the sea itself seemed to shimmer. The roofline was low and sleek, interrupted only by a pair of subtle solar collection panels that folded flat when not in use. There was no clutter, no wasted detail. Every inch of the design spoke of precision and purpose. In the distance, seagulls circled lazily, their cries softened by the hum of the ship's quiet energy systems. It was not merely a home and not merely a ship. It was a statement, a declaration that living spaces could be as fluid as the water they rested on, as adaptable as the wind. Standing on the shore, one could feel an almost magnetic pull toward it, the promise of comfort, technology, and the quiet pride of owning something truly one of a kind. This was the main view, the first impression, the image that would be burned into anyone's memory after seeing it just once. From the side, the ship home's beauty became even more striking, revealing details that the front view only hinted at. The sleek silver hull stretched gracefully, tapering at both ends like a perfectly engineered blade. Along its midsection, a continuous strip of panoramic glass wrapped almost the entire length, offering uninterrupted views of the ocean from within. The glass reflected the horizon in shifting shades of blue and silver, creating the illusion that the ship home was part of the sea and sky at once. Blue neon lines ran just beneath the glass panels, glowing faintly in daylight and promising a more dramatic radiance after dark. The hull's surface was smooth, unbroken except for subtle access panels and hidden docking points, all designed to keep the clean lines intact. On the upper deck, a faint outline of a retractable balcony could be seen, flush with the body when closed, but capable of sliding outward to create an open-air lounge above the waves. Toward the stern, the design rose slightly, housing the energy core and propulsion systems under a seamless shell. The balance between technology and elegance was evident. Every curve, every proportion served a purpose, yet all of it blended into an art piece. From this angle, one could also appreciate the ship home's scale. It wasn't enormous like a cruise liner, but it commanded presence, large enough to be a luxurious residence, yet compact enough to move with agility. The silver exterior caught every passing cloud in its reflection, making the ship home seem alive, constantly changing with the world around it. It didn't just sit on the water, it became part of the ocean's story, shifting with the light, breathing with the tides. The side view revealed not just its shape, but its soul. Stepping inside the ship home from the main entrance felt like crossing from reality into a vision of the future. The living room unfolded in a seamless expanse of open space, framed by the same panoramic glass that wrapped along the vessel's side. Sunlight spilled in, softened by the smart tint technology in the windows, casting a gentle blue-silver glow across the room. The ocean stretched endlessly outside, its movement reflected in the polished metallic accents of the interior. The floor was a rich, matte composite, warm underfoot, designed to absorb sound so that the only noise was the faint hum of the ship's systems and the distant whisper of waves. Low-profile furniture in shades of soft gray and deep navy floated, subtly above the floor on magnetic bases, their positions easily adjustable with a touch. A sleek sectional curved toward the view as if it too were drawn to the horizon, and in the center sat a low glass table with integrated ambient lighting that shifted in sync with the neon pulses outside. To one side, a recessed wall displayed a holographic entertainment system, its surface flush when not in use, transforming into an interactive screen at a gesture. The ceiling, higher than one might expect on a vessel, arched gently with embedded strips of soft white light that could mimic daylight or fade into a star-filled simulation at night. In the far corner, a vertical garden climbed upward, lush with greenery nurtured by discrete hydroponic channels, adding a living heartbeat to the technological elegance. Every line, every detail seemed intentional. No clutter, no excess, only what belonged. It was a space that invited both relaxation and awe. A place where you could watch storms roll over the horizon without feeling a drop of rain, where mornings began with sunlight rising over the water and evenings ended in the quiet hum of the ship's heartbeat beneath your feet. The living room wasn't just a part of the ship home, it was its soul, a perfect meeting point between the vastness of the sea and the comfort of a home that felt like it belonged to another century. Moving from the living room into the kitchen was like stepping into a control hub disguised as a culinary space. The design flowed seamlessly, with no sharp breaks in flooring or wall texture, just a gradual shift in purpose. The panoramic glass continued here, curving around the kitchen's side, ensuring that even while cooking, the ocean was always in sight. A central island dominated the space, crafted from a single slab of matte black composite with a soft silver trim that matched the ship home's exterior. Its surface wasn't just for preparation, it was alive with integrated touch controls, allowing you to summon appliances, adjust lighting, or even pull up a recipe projected in mid-air by the embedded holographic display. The induction cooktop was perfectly flush, invisible until activated, glowing with subtle blue rings that echoed the neon strips outside. Cabinets and storage compartments were hidden within smooth wall panels, opening silently with a brush of the hand. Every appliance, oven, refrigerator, dishwasher, was built in and voice responsive, their sleek doors indistinguishable from the surrounding walls until needed. Above, the ceiling curved gently with embedded strip lighting that could shift color temperature to mimic sunrise for breakfast or cool tones for evening dinners. Along the far wall, a vertical herb garden thrived behind a transparent glass section, fed by the same hydroponic system that nurtured plants throughout the ship home. The air here always carried a faint freshness, a reminder that nature was as important as technology in this vessel's design. Near the window, a slim bar counter extended outward, paired with two floating stools whose bases never touched the floor. From here, you could sip coffee and watch the horizon roll past as the ship home drifted or moved silently over the waves. The entire kitchen seemed to anticipate needs before they arose, balancing luxury with function so naturally that cooking felt less like a chore and more like an experience, a quiet performance set against the endless blue stage outside. Stepping into the bedroom of the ship home felt like entering a private sanctuary suspended between the sea and the sky. The panoramic glass here extended across the entire outer wall, but unlike the living room or kitchen, this section featured smart dimming zones, allowing the occupant to choose between full ocean immersion or a cocoon-like privacy at a touch. In its open state, the glass revealed a breathtaking view, waves shimmering under the moonlight, the horizon blending into the starlit sky. The bed itself was low and wide, its frame a seamless blend of matte silver and soft graphite, hovering just slightly above the floor on magnetic stabilizers, so every movement of the ship was absorbed before it reached the sleeper. Embedded into the headboard was a subtle lighting strip that could mimic sunrise to gently wake you or fade into a soft amber glow at night. The bedding was a rich, breathable fabric with a faint metallic sheen, reflecting the ambient blue light that traced along the room's edges. To one side, a floating nightstand held a recessed charging dock, while the other side featured a small integrated control panel, allowing adjustment of climate, glass transparency, or even projection of a virtual star field on the ceiling. Opposite the bed, the wall flowed seamlessly into a walk-in wardrobe space concealed behind sliding mirrored panels. The wardrobe opened with a soft hiss, revealing organized compartments illuminated by hidden LED strips. A soft hum from the ship's systems provided a steady background rhythm, almost like a lullaby. Even when the ocean swelled, the stabilizing systems ensured the room remained calm. The bed gently suspended, as though floating in its own pocket of stillness. The bedroom was not just for sleep, it was for retreat, reflection, and waking too. A world where your first sight each morning was the boundless sea meeting the infinite sky. The washroom of the ship home was less a place for routine and more a private spa carved into the vessel's futuristic heart. Stepping inside, the first thing you noticed was the way the room seemed to float, wrapped in curved walls of frosting. Smart glass that could shift from opaque to transparent at a touch, revealing a sweeping view of the ocean even from here. The floor was a single seamless panel of matte stone gray composite, warmed from beneath to give a comforting sensation under bare feet. At the center stood a freestanding oval bathtub, sculpted from polished white nano-ceramic, its rim catching faint reflections from the blue neon glow hidden along the floor edges. The tub was positioned so that, with the glass walls cleared, one could soak while watching the endless blue stretch toward the horizon. Along one side, a rainfall shower descended from the ceiling in a perfect sheet, with adjustable temperature, and mist modes controlled by a simple gesture. The wall behind the shower was an art piece in itself, embedded with soft, wave-like LED patterns that moved in rhythm with the sound of the sea outside. A floating vanity extended from the opposite wall, its surface a seamless silver plate with an integrated basin that disappeared into the design. Above it, a smart mirror doubled as an information hub, capable of displaying the day's weather, navigation routes, or even streaming soft background visuals. Storage was hidden in recessed wall compartments, opening silently when approached, ensuring no visual clutter broke the harmony of the space. The air carried a faint hint of ocean breeze, filtered and refreshed continuously. Every sound, from the whisper of water to the subtle hum of the ship's systems, blended into a tranquil background melody. Here, the boundaries between technology, design, and nature blurred entirely. It was not just a washroom, it was a place where the body could rest and the mind could drift as effortlessly as the ship itself. The storeroom of the ship home was a masterclass in efficiency, hidden behind an unassuming, seamless panel in the corridor. With a simple voice command, the panel slid away without a sound, revealing a space that was far from the cramped, cluttered storage one might expect. The walls were lined with modular storage units in a soft, matte silver finish, each with biometric locks that recognized the owner's touch. Adjustable shelving glided silently along smooth tracks, allowing the room to reconfigure itself depending on what needed to be stored, whether it was extra bedding, emergency supplies, or specialized tools for the ship's systems. Along the left wall, transparent smart compartments held smaller items, their surfaces displaying digital tags and inventory counts, ensuring nothing was ever misplaced. The floor, made of the same matte stone gray composite found in other parts of the ship, had recessed anchor points for securing larger equipment during travel, hidden flush when not in use. Soft overhead lighting illuminated every corner without casting harsh shadows, and subtle blue accent lights along the baseboards maintained the vessel's signature aesthetic. At the far end, a climate-controlled vertical rack stored provisions and delicate materials, its transparent door dimming automatically to protect contents from light when not accessed. The air inside was perfectly regulated, dry, clean, and faintly cool, preserving everything at optimal conditions. Even the ceiling housed retractable storage hooks and rails for irregular items, folding away seamlessly when not needed. The Space wasn't large, but it felt bigger because every inch was intentional, every feature designed to make storage effortless and invisible. Here, practicality met the same futuristic elegance found throughout the ship home, turning even the simplest function into part of the overall experience. Closing the panel returned the corridor to its flawless, uninterrupted form, leaving no hint of the hidden order within. At the very front of the ship home, behind a curved section of the panoramic glass, lay the driving setup, a space that felt more like the command bridge of an interstellar craft than the helm of a home on water. The captain's chair was a sleek, contoured seat in deep graphite leather, mounted on a silent magnetic base that allowed for smooth, effortless rotation. It faced a seamless control console that rose subtly from the floor, its surface alive with responsive holographic displays. Every system, navigation, propulsion, energy, climate, was represented here, glowing in soft blue and white tones that matched the ship home's signature aesthetic. Outside, the ocean stretched endlessly, but the augmented reality overlay projected invisible data onto the glass: water depth, wind direction, route mapping, and even weather predictions ahead. The helm itself had no physical wheel. Steering was done via a fluid motion-sensitive interface, responding instantly to the subtlest of hand gestures. Along both sides, additional slim seats folded flush against the wall for co-pilots or guests, each with their own retractable mini-display. Overhead, a curved canopy of light traced the contours of the ceiling, creating a constant soft glow that could shift to night mode for low light operation. Every sound in the space was deliberate. The faint hum of the engines below, the occasional chime of system alerts, the almost inaudible rush of water outside. To the left of the main chair, a compact armrest console held manual override controls for emergency use, their precision-engineered levers feeling satisfyingly solid in the hand. The entire setup was positioned so that the captain could remain connected to the living space behind, yet command the vessel with absolute focus. From here, you didn't just steer the ship home, you guided a living sculpture across the surface of the sea, merging home, machine, and horizon into a single, seamless journey.